Okay, good morning, everybody. It's another round of coffee and questions, and today is a whole different topic, and I decided to go ahead and do a video. It's not so much the home handyman approach to things, but I was sitting around with a friend of mine, and we were talking about he had gotten himself a bulldog. It was a mix, and I have American bulldogs, and I'll show you pictures of them in a little while. But he said, hey, he goes, your dog seems to be pretty stout, and he's got some good definition and all of that. And I said, well, a lot of it's got to do with genetics, I'm sure, the breed. I said, but the other thing that I do, and I've done, is I'm careful about what I feed my dog, and I'm careful about the supplements that I give him. So he said, well, what do you use? And I said, I use Bully Max, just like what it shows here. I buy it off Amazon. It ships Prime. So he's like, well, why would you use that? And I go, because I believe it's a good supplement and it actually works. So I'm going to go down what Bully Max says that it can do for your dog and what are my personal views on what it can do and what I'm not so sure that it can do. Now you'll read down here to my right, it increases strength, muscle, power, speed, builds muscle, speeds recovery time, raises health immunity. It's got like no trans fat, sucrose, or corn syrup. I'm sure that those things are all true, and depending on who's writing the review, you're going to get different people that say different things. Okay, but here's what I believe. People have no problem, especially when they buy a dog from a breeder. That's what I did with one of mine. The other is an adoption, from the animal shelter from somebody that surrendered the dog they couldn't take care of. That's a whole different story. So for both of my dogs, I use this supplement. And so what I do, which a lot of people don't do, a lot of people will spend thousands of dollars or hundreds of dollars or whatever, and they'll buy a dog from a breeder. Then they go to the grocery store and they feed it the cheapest crap that they can purchase, and they think that that's okay. And then they wonder why the dog has health problems, later on down the line. I've never done that. My personal view is I'm careful about what I feed my dog, and I'm careful about how, I take care of him in terms of exercise. Dogs are like humans. If you don't exercise them and give them exercise, you can't expect them to get defined and grow muscle. People neglect to do that too. They have busy lives and stuff like that. So even if you've got a busy lifestyle and you can't exercise your dog, it's still a good supplement, to give your dog for a lot of other reasons. So these are the reasons that the manufacturer says that they sell this product for. I'm going to change the picture and we'll go to coffee and questions now, and I'll try to answer some more specifics on my personal experience with it. So give me just a sec to change the picture. Okay, before we get to coffee and questions, I wanted to throw up this too, and the reason for this is to show you the pricing currently on Amazon. So, for $23, $24, I don't think it's a bad deal if you want to start giving your dog supplements, but there's a table here where you can buy 120, 180, 360 tablets. So let me take it down, let me show you another picture and make a comment, and we'll keep moving forward. Okay, I put this up here so that you get an idea. This says that there are 19 muscle building ingredients, and it's listed in the table below. So you can stop this, pause it, and take a look and see, well, what exactly are in these tablets that make this product so great. This is what the manufacturer is saying is in there, and these are all the vitamins, nutrients, and minerals. And then you take a look up here, and it gives you a breakdown if you're looking at the picture of the dog, on the different areas of musculature on the dog. So this is just a quick reference picture, and I'm going to keep moving on. Okay, I'm not sure how this is going to come out, but I wanted to put this on there because one of the questions that my neighbor was asking me when we were talking about how do I give these supplements to my dog, and I go, well, I follow the directions on the back. Now for my dog, of course, he gets 2 tablets a day. He gets one in the morning with breakfast, and he gets one in the evening for dinner. This is the label off of the back of an actual bottle. And it shows you it's made in the USA, and it shows you all the ingredients again, but it also gives you directions on how to give them to your dog. Okay, so I threw this picture back up, and we'll go straight to the coffee and question part of this, the questions actually, and some of the comments that I wrote down and I looked into, and let's see if we can address some of the concerns here. So the first question is, there was a complaint where somebody goes, well, I've been giving him my dog, but nothing's really going on. And when you look, he's not exercising the dog at all. He's just giving it as a supplement. So you can't expect a lot. Like I said, they're like human beings. If you don't go to the gym and you don't make an effort, to exercise or build up your muscles, well, then I don't know what to tell you. I mean, so if you get your dog some form of exercise, even if it's light exercise, and you give them these supplements, I believe you're going to notice a difference. I would give it a month. Okay. I noticed results in the first 2 weeks, but I mean, it's an independent thing. I don't know what kind of a dog you have. I don't know what kind of issues you have, but I would tell you to try it, because in my case, like with my American Bulldog, I noticed he had more energy. Yes. I noticed that did he have muscle strength increase? Yes, but I don't know how much of that, to be honest, is due to genetics. So my comment here, I guess, muscles are muscles. If you don't exercise and you have the sedentary lifestyle, or your dog does, well, then you can't expect like these huge results. But if you get your dog some light exercise to moderate exercise, depending on your time schedule, you are going to notice a difference. I mean, that I know. So I took a deeper look to answer another question another way. Are these the only benefits of giving supplements to your dog? Well, what the manufacturer, or one of the long descriptions, says is it can increase their immunity, which makes them less susceptible to infections and problems. It increases their metabolism. It sharpens their vision. It increases their bone strength, their tendon strength. Thereby it increases muscle strength. Their skin and their coat appear to be much healthier. They increase, like I said, in their strength and their power and their agility, the speed, their endurance. It speeds recovery time post-surgery. Now that part is true. My dog had minor surgery and I still kept him on these supplements, and I think he recovered fairly quick. Again, it could be genetics, and maybe it's not these supplements. So that's a real hard thing, I mean, to justify. So I don't know that. It increases O2 delivery to the parts of their tissues. It decreases stress. And it's good if your dog has been traumatized or has been on chemo or anything like that. And like I said, it's free from trans fat, sucrose, and, corn syrup. These are the manufacturer's claims, okay? Or, one of the representatives that wrote an article about it. Now, how many of those things are true? I don't know, okay? And I'm not going to tell you that they're all true. They may or may not be, and I don't know how much scientific research is in back of all this stuff. I decided to give him a try because when he was a pup, when I first had him, I followed the directions. And again, he seemed to be more energetic. But I also, with my animals, I give them a fairly strict diet. So let me explain to you, the diet routine and the supplement, like I said, that I add to it. Okay, I'll explain that to you in just a sec. I read a comment in here, like somebody had tried it for a week and they're not noticing anything. This isn't an overnight cure, and it's not meant, to do anything like that. It's a supplement. It is what it is. It's got vitamins, minerals, and it's got a lot of good things that are concentrated down into a tablet form that you give your animal. But you should do this in combination with a good diet. Now, I use a really good dry dog food, something along the lines of Blue Buffalo or something like that. You can search on Amazon. You can buy it there. I give I've got a little scoop in a huge container outside. I give a scoop of that. So let's say it's a half a cup to 3/4. Sometimes I add rice. I always add chicken to it. And I, like a good handful of chicken I throw in there. And I throw in an egg, especially when he was a puppy. And I used low sodium chicken broth. A little bit of a hassle. People sometimes don't want to do that, but he's part of our family and I take good care of him. If you don't have that chicken broth, you could use hot water. You don't have to use low sodium chicken broth. It's just that it's cheap. I buy it at the store. But I would mix this up, and I gave this to him when he was a pup growing up. This is what I fed him, and I fed him smaller quantities when he was a pup. Of course, I'm talking about now. He's about a year and a half old. That's the way that I feed him, and he's grown up good, healthy, strong. He's very agile. A lot of it, yes, is genetics. So I'm not going to tell you that everything that I read off previously is totally accurate, but I do notice a difference. I feed him a correct diet. He gets light exercise. I'm not out there running with him, but he gets a light amount of exercise. I give him the supplement. He's a very powerful animal. I'll throw up some pictures in a minute, but remember, he's only a year and a half old, so he's not going to look like the dog over here in the picture. But I did notice, yes, there is a difference. I mean, he's a lot more defined. He's got more energy. Those things I noticed. And I mean, I think it's a good supplement. So I'm going to keep using it. I would buy it again. You know, I give it 2 thumbs up. Any other questions? When would you start noticing results? I don't know. It depends on the breed of your dog. It depends on his health. It depends on so many factors. I can't tell you. What I would tell you is if you think you want to do something for your dog or there's some kind of an issue or a problem there, for 24 bucks, it's worth a shot. I would give it to him twice a day. That's what I do. Somebody complained, well, the product's junk. My dog doesn't like the taste of it. Well, most people don't want to just chew up their vitamins. So, I mean, I kind of agree with that. What I do with mine, I bury it into their food and then I feed it to them. And he very happily goes ahead, eats it, and takes it. So I don't consider that like a negative, like one of the reviewers, had posted. But, to each their own. You could probably grind it up and mix it in with some form of wet food. I don't particularly use wet food. I got my own reasons for that. But, it's not a hard thing to get them to, to chew up. Okay, the question is, the same manufacturer also recommends using Gorilla Max, and you can buy them, together. Yeah, I've seen that ad. Okay, I can't say anything about Gorilla Max. I've never used it. A lot of the comments, a lot of the reviews say, hey, it works outstanding. It's a great product. Everybody stands behind it. I have not personally tried it. I don't want to make a comment about Gorilla Max. I might try it somewhere down the line. Right now, he's 1.5 years. I watch his diet. I give him the supplement. I mean, things are going great for me, and I'll show you a picture here. Let's do it now. Okay, so here's 2 pictures above my head of mine. I mean, when he was a puppy. This is the one straight above me. I mean, he's about 1 year old, maybe a little bit more. He's sitting on the couch, and the one over to the right of that is him standing and looking forward. Now, at 1.5 years, I mean, if you take a look in through his legs and his chest area, it's becoming more and more defined. And I noticed, I mean, he seems, like I said, to be a lot more energetic. How much of this is genetics, I don't know. I did notice, like I said, an increase in his energy level, that's for sure. I think that, it adds a lot of vitamins, nutrients, and minerals. I think it's good for the dog. It did help him, I think, in his recovery time. He had a minor surgery, and I noticed he healed up fast. Now, how much of that is genetics? I don't know. But I did notice, I mean, his coat is much smoother. It's a nicer feel to it than it was before I started using, the Bully Max. So those things, I mean, I know are benefits to using it. So anyway, that's just any other questions. That's just kind of my quick review on this stuff. I mean, it's just from personal experience. Take a look at the dog on the picture over on the advertisement. Now, that dog is awful defined. It's awful cut looking, incredibly powerful. That doesn't mean that all breeds are going to, grow up to be like that. I mean, of course, they want to sell their product. My attitude is buy it, try it for 1 month. See if you notice a difference in any of these areas at all. If you do, go ahead and keep using it. There are probably 900 or 1,000 people that have reviewed this on Amazon. And I would tell you a large majority of them in the high 90 percentile believe in the product. They keep buying it, and so do I. I give it a 2 thumbs up. I would buy it again. So I'm the home handyman, just reviewing dog supplements today, something new other than talking about construction stuff. I will see you on the next video. Please click subscribe. You folks have a good day and give me a thumbs up. I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.